What's up, fam? What's the deal? What's the deal? Haven't heard that in a while. Let's see something. Yeah, so I'm trying this out. What's going on, fam? All right, I just want to do this quick live. This is kind of like a test. This is a test of this background music that StreamYard, excuse me, is given. And yeah, I'm gonna get flagged probably, or not flagged, but struck or whatever. They're gonna give me a copyright or whatever, which is cool. I just want to hear how this sounds and how my voice sounds. So as you're coming in, just put some ones up if you can hear me over the music. What's going on? Just put some ones up if you can hear me over the music. And give me a minute. This is what I want right here. Last day before vacation, which is like one day for me anyway. But I left my good headphones in the car. Okay. But I just want to know if you can hear me over the music. That's all I want to know. If you can hear me over the music, it's cool. Let me see if I hear myself over the music. I'm just testing myself, and then we're just going to get right into it. I'm going to make this short. I think you can. Yep. Yeah. Hold on. Let me adjust my levels here. And we're gonna get right into this clown. Okay. I'm lowering it a little bit. Hold on a second, y'all. This is my first time doing this. Let me get rid of this. All right, y'all. This is perfect. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get my own. Oh, wait a minute. Just put some ones up if you can hear me, okay, man. Yeah, we're gonna get into this clown right here, bro. But listen, as you're coming in, do what you do. Hit the like button, man. Hit the share, hit subscribe. And obviously, especially if you're a content creator, bro. Let me just give some shout outs to Emmanuel Briggs. What's going on? Midnight Green, what's up? What's going on? Last call, identity withheld. Oh, brother. Let me just start by saying this. And I know I'm answering my own question when I'm saying this, and I know the answer already, but I have to ask this question. Why does the media keep pushing Barkley in front of a camera so he can say stupid shit? All right. I know the answer. We already know why they do it. All right. Usually what he says, and especially in this case, it's inaccurate, but it's also anti-black fully anti. It's not even proven, and there's so many ways you can prove that what he said was just factually inaccurate. All right, forget the cooning and buffooning that he does. I mean, this is just par for the course. And I've heard a couple of people give takes on this, and it's just the takes are. I hear what they're saying, but at the same time, it's a sad commentary that someone like this has to resort to making statements. I mean, again, he doesn't talk educated. He doesn't talk like he's reads too much. And just when you look at where he came up, he came out of Alabama, okay, that's fine. Just because you're from the South doesn't mean that you're a coon buffoon. All right. I know that people are going to give him some leverage because the man, at the end of the day, was a great athlete. This man was one of the greatest that have ever done what he did in his sport. But it's the fact that he's done so well and still has to say this stuff like this. Anyways, let's just get right into it. Let me just say, too, I just listened to a little bit of, Michi X. She's talking about, going in on Tariq. Finally, somebody said something about Charleston White. I don't know why, and I've spoken about him before, why people have elevated this clown. All right, now it's come out. Now there's a story that's come out that this dude actually told a guy that he sent a penis pic. That's what he did to an 11-year-old. This is out of Charleston White's mouth. That he sent a pic. Actually, let me see if I can get that real quick. What's up? No, it's you know what? Tomorrow tomorrow is gonna be like probably gonna be a slow day. People are gonna be leaving early and all this shit. I'm actually going to Canada. I'm trying to get to Canada actually, up to Toronto myself. But let's see if I can get this quick thing from Charleston White, another goofball. And again, they just push buffoons to the forefront, and it doesn't even make sense. Let me see if I can get this this Charleston White. Let's see. Yeah, here it goes. This is Charleston White speaking. Let's see. I mean, like, why would you say this? But let's listen to this. Hold on a second. And just again, put some ones up if you can hear me over the music. If you can hear me over the music, that would be beautiful. But let's go.
I said your daughter I did. I said your daughter I did. You still ain't got nothing. I said your daughter I did, remember?
Wait a minute. Okay. I didn't even hear this. Y'all hear that? Put some ones up if you hear that. That was Charleston White arguing with the dude. That's Charleston White arguing with the dude, screaming out that he sent this guy's minor daughter. All right. Now, there's, age. There are age ranges where I guess people can mess with a young person. The youngest I've heard was 15. I've heard 14. I don't keep up with those laws because I don't want any kid, I'm not chasing kids. I mean, let's just put it like that. But I've heard young ages. This guy, it's like, it's an 11-year-old, he said. Like, why would you put that out there? I've heard a bunch of people on YouTube brag about chasing kids. But this is what this guy said. This guy also bragged about raping women he has a video of him. I gotta do a video on Charleston White. This dude, how are dudes following this cat? Man. Good. Yeah, last call. Toronto's a great city. It's a beautiful city, man. It's great. It's great. I got family up there, obviously, being that my family's from Jamaica and stuff. I got to do a video on Charleston White, man. But let's get into Charles. All right. So Charles was on CNN. All right. And I guess they were talking about different things. Obviously, Kyrie, who he disparaged, obviously, also talked about Dave Chappelle. All right. Said some stupid shit with that. But let's get into what he said, because as you know, there was a tragedy out in Colorado Springs. I guess some dude, a white guy, right, ran up into a gay club and decided to shoot up anything that moved. And, you know, it was fucked up. 5 people died. You know, like, this shit is dumb. I mean, if you're not, I'm sure that when it comes out with this dude, he probably is gay himself, because if you don't want to be around him and you don't want to like, I mean, just get away. I mean, for the most part, when you're talking about in the clubs and stuff, they're isolated. They're among themselves. There's a section in each major city where there's like a gay section. If they have a club, they want to go, you know, do what they do. Let them go do what they do. But this guy decides to go up in the club and spray everything in sight, and somebody thankfully tackled him, and you know, he went to jail. But obviously, that's one of the subjects that's come up. Well, let's listen to Charles and his take, and I may even go through the whole video. It's about 11 minutes long, but let's listen to what Charles said. There's another band of ignorance from this clown. This is from CNN. This is him talking to the CNN crew. Let's listen.
And one thing has always disappointed me: black people treat gay people. We are the worst when it comes to treating gay people. And that's one thing growing up, it really always bothers me. And I want to reach out to you and all my gay friends, all my transgender friends, and tell you, man, I got nothing but love and respect for you. I want you to be you. And I wanted you to know that day, because I understand being black, what it's like being gay, because you get mistreated, and it's really unfortunate and sad and stupid, to be honest with you.
Hold on, let me play that again.
And one thing has always disappointed me: black people treat gay people. We are the worst when it comes to treating gay people. And that's one thing growing up, it really always bothers me. And I want to reach out to you and all my gay friends, all my transgender friends, and tell you, man, I got nothing but love and respect for you. I want you to be you. And I wanted you to know that day, because I understand being black, what it's like being gay, because you get mistreated, and it's really unfortunate and sad and stupid, to be honest with you.
I mean, this is, again, and let me just see if you hear me okay here. Okay, you can hear me. All right. Yeah. Listen. First of all, why would you say that? And again, this was brought up during, have you listened to the whole interview? He's talking to it was brought up about the Colorado shooting. Why would you bring that up about black people and say that, you know, why is that even an issue? All right? Because, and this is what I had asked in Shakim's chat. He did a video, and of course, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen and show you what someone decided to screen chat or take an image of what I spoke about. But let's see. Let me just get that real quick. Give me a sec, because this guy right here is a goofball. And I've said this many times before. But what laws have black people made to hold back the pronoun posse? What have we done? What have we done to hold back the pronoun posse? I can't remember that. Let me just go down quickly and let me get what this fool has said. Because he decided to take something that I said and took it out of context. And this idiot is probably, yeah. Let me see. Hold up a second, because I don't want to show this idiot's I don't want to show his logo. All right? I don't want to show his logo. And y'all know who I'm talking about. All right? You know who I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah. I don't want to show this idiot's logo. Let's see. All right? Hold on a second, y'all. Okay. So this idiot in his community section says, this is what I said in Shakim's chat. I said, what black people create laws to oppress the Creole crew? And you got it. Who does it? Matter of fact, we're the most live and let live people, and we rock with everybody. We rock with everybody. In fact, folks, you know what the best example of how tolerant we are? The church sector. The church sector. Who runs the church sector? Show me what white church sector has gays running it. But so this fool decides to use Coretta Scott King, homophobia and racism and anti-Semitism. This guy's a fool. Anti-Semitism are forms of bigotry, and it seeks to dehumanize a large group of people, to deny their human dignity. Again, when have we ever done this? All right, let me stop sharing this before. But when have we ever done this? So, Chawls, and I'm just going to go into the, this too. This right here, folks. Come on, bro. Who's that? The shooting in the news today, Anderson Lee Aldrich. That is the guy who shot up the club. And here's what's so funny about that dude. Don't you know that this guy was arrested before for violent shit? Let me quickly, this is supposed to be him right here. And I'm just going back and forth. I'm just, like I said, this is kind of a test run with the music in the background. And like I said, I know I'm going to get copyright strict, whatever. What's up, Carrie? Yeah. What's true? That black people are the most homophobic? I hope that's not what you mean, Carrie. I hope that's not what you're saying. But let's look at the guy who was arrested for this shooting. Turns out this guy was a major troublemaker. All right. And I find it interesting that this dude wasn't arrested, but fair use, whoever this is Inside Edition. But
it's
whatever.
Just uncovered video of the suspected shooter in the nightclub mass shooting spree. This is 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich during a nasty encounter last year with deputy sheriffs in Colorado Springs.
Right.
His mother reportedly called cops after she said he threatened her with a homemade bomb.
Holy
On the day of the
shit.
standoff, the suspect was seen walking up to the house wearing a COVID mask. He's
What?
lugging a large suitcase with his mother at his side.
Damn.
A short time later, the
The
tense
fuck?
2-hour standoff takes place. You get a glimpse of the suspect in riot gear doing a
Holy
Facebook Live
shit.
as police surround the house.
Yeah.
This is your boy. I've got the outside, got the rifles out.
As he walks through the
Shit.
house, he makes a serious threat.
If they breach, I'm gonna blow it to holy hell.
He is breathing heavily.
Fuck.
So, go ahead and come on in, boys. Let's see it!
Eventually, Aldrich came out of the house with his hands up, barefoot. you can see a police dog ready to pounce. Lara Quinn lived next door.
A police officer comes and knocks on the door and tells us to evacuate because there's a bomb threat.
Aldrich was charged with felony menacing and first-degree kidnapping, charges that were later dropped.
It just made me so angry because the first thing I thought was like, why wasn't he in prison? And then the second thing I thought was, why did he have access to a gun after he did that?
We're also learning that the suspect's grandfather is California State Representative Randy Vopel, a MAGA supporter who has compared the January 6th riots to the Revolutionary War.
Stop. Oh, shit. This is my first time seeing this video. What? Wait, let's go back. Let's go back a second.
He have access to a gun after he did that.
We're also learning that the suspect's grandfather is California State Representative Randy Vopel, a MAGA supporter who has compared the January 6th riots to the Revolutionary War. As more details surface, the 5 slain and 25 wounded at the LGBTQ nightclub were remembered at the American Music Awards by host Wayne Brady.
Fuck out of here. No way. I don't mean to laugh, man, but what? First of all, if that's a black person, they're dead. I mean, they're either in jail or they would have slumped them right then and there, man. Are you kidding me with this? You kidding me? And this buffoon right here, this man right here is telling us that black people are the most homophobic people. What? Your president, and like your president was saying he didn't want trans people. This guy, oh my God. And they pushed dude to the forefront of any social issue, knowing what's going to come out of his mouth. No, this isn't him trying to impersonate Stevie Wonder. That's him impersonating Alicia Keys. Oh my God. Listen, holy shit. Again, I don't mean to laugh because it is serious and it is unfortunate what happened to those victims, but are you kidding me? Holy shit, man. Holy shit. So Charles is allowed to run his trap and say and make a dumb comment like that and get away with it. And of course, let's just listen to some more of that video. And again, I know I'm gonna get flagged like crazy for using CNN stuff. And when you see this dude right here, he's 22 years old, all right? They're very incel-like, but his grandfather is a lawmaker that co-signed January 6th and is a MAGA supporter. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I mean, it's unfortunate, bro. It really is. I don't think I'd be able to do the news. I would just, when I read it, I would probably burst out laughing. I'd have to do a few takes before I delivered that news because, so he goes to a gay club. Again, you look at him and he's got incel written all over him. And he was about to kill his mom. Kill his mom. Let me just, you know what, let me go and get, actually, I can get the, let's listen to Charles run his mouth about black people. Give me a sec. And I'm guessing you can hear my voice over the music. I'm going to have my own unique music. You know, as you know, this StreamYard is giving this new feature, which is good. Because I had spoken to them before and they were like, nah, we don't have that. But I'm glad they have this now. So what I'm going to do, I got to get my own background music. But this is good. This is what I always wanted. And shout out to Information Man for giving me that other information. Yes, that makes it cost $700 But they sell it at Micro Center, so I'm gonna go check that out. But yeah, I'm like, but let me see if I can get that full video of this buffoon. And again, they push this guy down our throat. Why is he can barely talk, and they push him out here to say this shit about black folks. Total disrespect. Here it is. Here it is. This is 10 minutes. Let's listen to this fool. And getting interviewed by Don Lemon. All right. Put some ones up if you can hear this. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Mr. Chawls Barkley. Good morning to you, sir. Really appreciate you joining us.
Of course, Don. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Why so outspoken, especially when it comes to this issue? You know, even as someone who you're covering sports, but you're speaking out about issues that have to do with culture. And
Actually,
so joining us now, basketball legend.
No, this is about
Mr. Chawls
basically
Barkley.
He's going to be shitting on
Morning to you, sir.
Kyrie
Really
and
appreciate you joining
Dave
us.
Chappelle.
Of course, Don. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
Why so outspoken, especially when it comes to this issue? You know, even as someone who you're covering sports, but you're speaking out about issues that have to do with culture and society. Why so outspoken about this?
Well, Don, I don't like that word outspoken, because I hope anybody who sees racism in any form whatsoever should stand up. Whether it's just a black person, a Hispanic person, a Jewish person, Asian hate's going a big deal in this country right now. So anybody should try to do the right thing. If you see something wrong when it comes to race or homophobic or sexist, you should always say something. So, I'm always going to do that. I don't care about the repercussions. If I see something wrong happening, Don, I'm going to say something.
How do you think the league should deal with it? Because, listen, he's still on suspension, but how do you think the league should deal with it? The reason I ask is because...
Now, again, and I've said this in my last video, I don't think Kyrie watched the video. I'm sure I haven't watched it. I'll say that. And I'm sure that the people who are coming after him, I don't think the owner watched this. All right? Kyrie is not an abrasive person. He's just a skeptic with a big platform. And as I said, boy, he fell down a couple of rabbit holes. He hasn't said bring back the Holocaust. But of course, as we know, Chuck, you know, he feels that he's protecting the honor of his daughter. Even though Kyrie, you had the very next day, Kyrie's playing a game. And you see Jewish people, like, he's cordially engaging with Jewish people who say stop anti-Semitism. Like, yeah, absolutely. So it's not like for example, John Rocker. If anyone who's remembered the Atlanta Brave closer, this was like 20 years ago, when dude said all sorts of racist shit towards people in New York. He's a far-right conservative. And dude went on the mound to pitch, and people were booing him everywhere he went. That's not what this is. But they ostracized Kyrie. And again, Kyrie what he needs to learn from this is just at least have some conviction in what you believe in, and he doesn't. But let's continue.
You know, everyone is speaking out about it. Kyrie Irving is facing, you know, what he's facing. But the league let him go for a long time. They sort of are forcing him to apologize. But what if these are his real beliefs? Should they be dealing
what
with
beliefs?
Well,
no one knows what his beliefs are.
These things. I'm not saying it's right. Instead of
what
forcing
are
him to
his
apologize,
beliefs?
maybe they should be dealing with that part of it.
Actually, that's a great question, Don. People have the right to feel and say what they want to. We have freedom of speech, but there are repercussions when you say certain things. Listen, I don't know Kyrie Irving. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I think he's been suspended, rightfully so, and I think he should come back and play in the NBA.
What?
You know, that's a really slippery slope, because you know people always talk about freedom of speech, freedom of effect, or you say whatever you want to, but there are repercussions. I mean, and he's paying for that right now, but this thing with free speech has really gotten out of hand, Don. I mean, you just can't go around insulting people and think it's okay just because it's freedom of speech.
Whoa! The irony of these. Dude, you hear the wild shit that falls out of this dude's mouth? What? And he gets, listen, and I'll demonstrate. And I think I'm going to show you the demarcation point of where Barkley, ramped up his coon and buffoonery. There was a demarcation point. There was a starting point for all the buffoonery with this dude. But what? Shit. What? Go ahead, bro.
Well, listen, if I don't get to say what I say, it's cancel culture. And I don't know if you probably do not agree with that. I don't like use the term cancel culture because I don't want anybody counsel. But you should be called to the carpet if you said something wrong. I don't believe somebody should lose their job or things like that. But you should be called out if you said something stupid. Hey, I've been called out many times. I have no problem with that. But I hate the term cancel culture because very few people are canceled. Let's be honest and realistic.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Can I ask something real quick that I didn't think? Maybe you didn't see it, so you might not be able to answer. Did you see SNL? Did you see Dave Chappelle, his monologue?
Yeah, what was wrong with it?
But listen, let me just say this. I'm a Dave Chappelle fan. I have a really strict line on racism, sexism, homophobic, things like that. It's just wrong.
Guys, listen, to the people in the chat, to anyone in the chat, did you check Dave Chappelle's monologue? Did anyone in the chat check Dave Chappelle's monologue? Did anyone check his monologue? Just put some ones up if you have. Anyone catch his monologue? Put some ones up. And what did you think? Anything about that? Anything was offensive. All right? I'm just seriously, I don't like what I watched the whole thing. You know when something, Michael Richards from Seinfeld, that was offensive. That was offensive. Dave Chappelle was just like, his humor. He was just cracking jokes and he was, where was the offense? I don't think this fool even watched SNL. And by the way, this right here, you want to know what was offensive on SNL? This shit. Where was the humor in this? And the critics said he bombed that day. This was back in 2012. I think it was 2010 or 2012. It was a bomb. Man, let's continue.
It's nothing to joke about. It's a very serious subject.
What?
It's crazy. I'm almost 60 years old.
Listen to this dumb shit. Listen to this.
And obviously I know about Montgomery, Selma, Birmingham, things like that. To still be having racial conversations 60 years later, and we're debating whether people have the right to say it and joke about it, it just makes me sad. Yeah. It makes me mad, but it really just makes me sad that 60 years later we're still saying having racial conversations 60 years later.
And almost a death.
You know why he says that? You know why he said it? Because he's rich. Okay? When you get rich and when you're in the circles he's in, you don't really feel it like other people do. But what is, again, came out of Alabama as like he's rich and he is influential and he gets to walk around in circles where he really doesn't feel that type of shit. So obviously he's gonna say, yeah, it's offensive and stuff, because he's just not down there.
Well, more than a decade ago, I do have to say, and then I'll let you guys jump in here because I don't want to hog this conversation. One of the first people to contact me after I came out was this man right here, and that was over a decade ago. So these issues are really important to you, and you always stand up for people's individual rights.
Well, Don, first of all, one thing that always has disturbed me as a black person, which really bothers me about the Kyrie Irving situation and the Kanye West situation. First of all, being black in America is already hard enough. And for us to go at other ethnic groups just makes things worse because it's hard enough being black. And one thing has always disappointed me, black people treat gay people, we are the worst when it comes to treating gay people. And
we, again, okay, listen to this fool, all right? Anyone who says that to you, just all you got to say are 3 words: the black church, all right? How many reverends, how many choir members, how many deaconesses and deacons and stuff, they come in, you know what their lifestyle is, and they're still, you know, we embrace all of that shit. How do you say, how do they let this guy at the end of the day, you know what Barkley's known for? This is Barkley's legend. This is why he's going to be remembered. This right here. All right? This is why this guy's going to be remembered. And rightfully so. You who don't know sports. In basketball, there are 5 positions in basketball. You got the point guard, the shooting guard, the, small forward, power forward, and you got the center. All right? When you think about the origins of basketball and how many people over the years, how many men have either, and I'm talking about on the level that Barkley has played, hundreds of thousands of men either tried out, they failed, may have made the team or whatever. 5 positions, right? Chawls Barkley is a power forward. You can think about the hundreds of thousands of power forwards that tried out in the game. Chawls Barkley is one of the top 50 ever to play the game. At his position, he's one of the top 10 to have done it. All right? This is why he's going to be remembered. I had mentioned on this platform a few times, there are some guys in entertainment where if they didn't do entertainment, they'd probably be successful at something else. Barkley's not one of these guys. This was pretty much what this guy had to do. And you can look at the numbers. Again, one of the great players of all time. But because of that, he gets to go out front and say stupid shit like this. And just let him finish.
One thing growing up, it really always bothers me, and I want to reach out to you and all my gay friends, all my transgender friends, and tell you, man, I got nothing but love and respect for you. I want you to be you. And I wanted you to know that day, because I understand being black, what it's like being gay, because you get mistreated.
No, hold on. We gotta, hold on a second. Let's stop here, okay? You understand? Listen, folks. Blackness is something you wear 24/7. This is a dumb argument. It's stupid. Blackness is something you wear 24/7, 365 days a week, all right? As opposed to when you are in that lifestyle. This is why they call it coming out of the closet, all right? You can hide that, but you can take it to your deathbed. All right, Malcolm Forbes, the billionaire who started Forbes magazine, that dude was gay and he took that to his deathbed. And became a billionaire, hung around basically, the rich old white man, and he took it to his deathbed. What is this guy talking about? There is no comparison, folks. None. And what's so disgusting about this, and this is why, all of these news outlets, you can say what I know. I understand. Fox is racist as fuck. I get that. CNN ain't no different. Because notice, you got a guy who's interviewing him, who's not only in that lifestyle, he's black. And absolutely zero pushback.
And sad and stupid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, now notice what he said.
What it's like being gay, because you get mistreated, and it's really unfortunate and sad and stupid, to be honest with you.
And he calls us Stupid. Now let me just say this. And what's up, Carrie? How you doing? African Lemonade, what's up? Rakim, what's up? I gotta say this, bro. I gotta say this. And listen, again, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because, sometimes I guess you can clown, and you can listen, Larry Johnson, just sticking to NBA. Larry Johnson was grandmama. All right? Put on a dress and dressed like a granny, whatever. It was like, I'm not into, bashing dudes just because they happen to wear a dress or whatever and lipstick and whatever. Well, he didn't wear lipstick. He just wore the dress and the granny outfit. All right? It's not, whatever. It's not that big a deal. Right? I know they put out that picture of Shaq dressed in a dress. That was a Halloween costume. It was a one-time thing. Him and his girl Hoops at the time, they did like, a drag. They each dressed in drag, whatever. Not a big deal. All right. But when I gotta tell you, bro, if you're always doing this and you're constantly, but not just that, folks. I mean, I just remember this, like stuff like this. Maybe if y'all watch the NBA, this stuff right here.
What is this? Hey, yo! What?
Listen. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, he feels so strongly about it. And I've said before, people who are go that hard, okay, for the in that lifestyle, either you have a very close family member, right, that's in that lifestyle, or you're in that lifestyle yourself. And who came after me and like, oh, well, how can you say that? But you got to wonder, okay? And to be this, attack black people and to say that you are just wrong. You're wrong. Look at Joe. Go look at these reverends, these church reverends, or TNM, watch TBN, or just the church sector or the church in general. These mega churches, most of these guys, all the top guys, Bobby Jones. Go look at Bobby Jones Hour. Most of these guys are in that lifestyle. The church accepts these people. But black people, we don't even pass the laws. I've said this before. We don't pass laws to go after them. We just, some of us are conservative, and maybe you don't see us throwing them out of the community. In fact, the guys who do all this violence towards them, whether it's the Orlando nightclub, remember that? Black people ain't doing that. Disgusting.
Charles, you mentioned your home state of Alabama. We both share
Thank
that.
you for that, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, let's keep
I don't
going.
want to talk about Alabama.
Yeah.
Well, I've met her quite a few times. This is legit if they're win.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you how crazy my life is. I work.
To go to our colleague and friend David Axelrod, that you were disgusted with politics and the political process. That was
it. This guy's a full buffoon, bro. So, again, like for Barkley, hold on, let me. I just want to go through this, but basically, yeah, it's not black people shooting these places up. And let me also too listen. Like I said, nobody wants any tragedy like that to die. These are the victims of this, and it's fucked up again. But how did black people come up in this conversation? I'm still trying to figure out. And for Don Lemon, who didn't even stop this dude and say, well, hold on a second, that's not true. But then Don Lemon lives in Sag Harbor, all right? He has his young, white boy toy, and he's far away from black people. That's why when you watch these liberal channels like CNN and MSNBC and what have you, you think these people are pro. Nah, they're just a black face on the racism. You kidding me? And he did not even question. But then again, why would Chawls Barkley run to say, "Oh, I congratulate you"? You gotta wonder at this point. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that this dude is in that lifestyle, but again, it takes. And there's other memes that I've seen too. I don't want to get into it, but it takes a certain type of dude to just be comfortable putting that shit on, wearing a lipstick, kissing another man. I wouldn't kiss. I couldn't kiss my brother or my son or nothing like that. Like, I mean, this guy, like, literally, and you're like, what are you doing? So, yeah, it's just, yeah, that is him. Yeah. This right here, yes, that's Chawls. This, yeah, that's him. That's
What is this? Hey, yo!
for what? So, yeah, how did this turn into black people are like this? This is like when we get shot down by police and it's, well, we need to stop. Well, it's black on black crime, but we're killing each other. How does that always happen with us? So Charles is a piece of shit. Wanted to touch, since we're in a sort of, rainbow type mood, right? I did want to touch on this a little bit. I did want to speak a little bit on this. Speaking of coming out parties, did anyone see the video, August Alsina? Put some ones up if you saw it. August Alsina, turns out, well, they say that dude, I guess, came out of the, he comes out and he introduces his boyfriend on some show on MTV. This is 2 years after some big entanglement with Jada Pinkett Smith. And I don't, like, how is this? First of all, if you are gay and people are saying that you're doing this just to troll, wouldn't you be offended? Like, why would you have to pull stunts like this in order to push your lifestyle? I don't understand that. Why would you have to pull stunts like this? You don't see people coming out and saying that, oh, I'm straight or whatever. I don't get that. But also, too, when you look at when people were kind of bragging, or they were bumping this kid up for getting in with Jada and like, oh man, he knocked up this older woman, he took him from Will Smith and whatever. Now I look at this picture and you just got to ask yourself, who turned out who? Like, who was the dominant person in this relationship here? Like, okay, did he slay her or did she slay him? Or was there more of an entanglement with him? And we've seen her son, dress up like, I don't know, like, it's almost like, I've said this before, like him and like her kids are transitioning into different sexes themselves. But how is it that you got with these women who tend to be, I don't know, cougars, or why is it, I don't know, are they attracted to dudes who might be in that lifestyle? I mean, when you see her, when you see what some of the Kardashians have done, Like you see Kris Jenner, she's, with Bruce, and Bruce turns into a full woman, or you see Chloe go get with Lamar Odom, who's out here dating transsexuals himself. You know what I'm saying? And of course Jada, Will Smith, people have speculated about him. And Jada has a whole body count herself. I mean, she dated, remember, she raped, and that's what it was, raped that kid from Crisscross, who ended up becoming a drug addict and killing himself. So when people mention how these young boys, how lucky they are to get with these older women and like it's a conquest, maybe it's not such a win when you think about the psychological damage that may be happening with these people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're Summer Queen, that's right. Yeah, but did she, I don't know, did she get a strap that's even more hung than him, and just I don't know. Cause again, how do you go from being this dude who supposedly seduced this woman, now you're out here, coming out and hugging boys on television? What is that? I don't get that at all. I mean, and again, and I don't know. Some of y'all gotta explain that psychology. People have just tried to make it like it's some big win. And it wasn't a win at all. It wasn't a win at all. This was more, it's like she literally is like a witch that destroys dudes. Look at all the people she's gone through. And she's kind of like the Kardashians. Yeah. So I'm talking about both listen. Like that. The fact that this kid came out, and he's kissing a dude on television, and everybody was bumping him up like he ran game on Jada. Jada might have destroyed this dude. Jada might have destroyed this dude. So I'm just saying, and again, look at what she did to that kid from Crisscross. Look at what she did to that kid from Crisscross. The kid ended up becoming a drug addict and killing himself. So yeah, I think that, I really think that we need to look at these things a little bit differently. Let's just see who's in the chat. Rakim, what's up? Summer Cream, what's going on? African Lemonade, yeah, well, you're the same person. Carrie, and yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to, like I said, I wanted to come on here. I did want to test the background music. Background music seems to be pretty good. I'll expect a strike later on, but this is a good way to produce my shit, and I'll put some more out there. And I'm just watching the little drama back and forth with everybody who's in this little sector. I guess everybody's starting to argue now. I guess that Godfather and Godmother title is a big deal, I guess. But hey, it's good theater. But listen, just wanted to get on, like I said, and yeah, this is gonna be. I'm just gonna get some other shit that I'm gonna add on to this as well. But I did want to speak my piece about Chawls' goofy ass, and yeah, I think this is a guy you got to watch. And oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to say about Chawls. I did say I was going to bring this up. There is a demarcation point to when Chawls really ramped up his buffoonery, and this demarcation point was back in 2000, and yeah, this was in 2000 and I believe, 2010. All right. Back in 2010, if you remember, Chawls was trying to get some mouth action. All right. And ironically, this was in Arizona, I believe it was. Where was this? Yes, it was in Arizona. It was in Arizona. Anyways, he was busted early yesterday morning by cops. This was on 14 years ago. I don't know the exact date, but he was charged with running a stop sign before a female got into the car. Once arriving at the police station, it appears the reason beyond DUI why he ran the light was in haste to pick up the female who was in the car with him when he was stopped by the cops, because old girl was pretty damn good at giving head. Now, there's a police report too. Actually, let me just show you the police report, just to show you when Chawls is going after Kyrie. And again, I think I've already said what I said, but this is the police report right here, folks. So I think Chawls needs to fall back on calling people dumb. All right, it's a police report right here. All right, but let's go back here. It says, once arriving at the police station, it appears it was DWI. He told the arresting officers that she had given him a blowjob 1 week earlier and said that it was the best one he's ever had in his life. Now, there are rumors, and it's not verified, it never was verified, that this woman had brought a little extra baggage with her. Let's just say that. There's a rumor about that. Now, I don't know. Not gonna, that never came out. But again, when you got money like that, you're able to cover a lot of shit up. And this is why I can't take it when these guys with a lot of access and wealth, they try to get on this soapbox, and as you heard him just now, get on this soapbox, but meanwhile he has money to make things go away. So basically give him a blowjob 1 week earlier, said it was the best one he's ever had in his life. Now, from what the police report said, he also found in possession a handgun, which was loaded. And if he was picking up this chick on the side of the street so he could drive around the corner and get a blow, how ratchet is this? Y'all love going after poor folk. How ratchet is this? All right? He couldn't even get a hotel or nothing like that. He just this is out in the street and shit. This is ratchet shit. So, a handgun loaded. If he was picking this chick on the side of the street, he can drive around the corner and get a blowjob. Does that make the chick a prostitute? Sounds like a few more charges. And yeah. And the New York Post even had a story on this as well. Said that Barkley gets second chances, others don't. This is the Post saying this. All right. And this was back in 2010. Phil Musnick wrote this. So, he flamed him. But yeah, no matter how hard he tries, and he said, if we're all playing in the same game, why do guys get 20 strikes, yet for others, it's one strike and they're out? So he's talking about Chawls. So he said, if it was difficult this past week not to think about Chawls Barkley, no matter what he does, $440,000 in Vegas casino debt, that's a lot. So he's a degenerate gambler, DWI arrest with a suspected hooker, recent jail time, acknowledged and apparently profound drinking and gambling problem, and a penchant for making irresponsible and stupid racial remarks. Again, he back then was like how people perceive Lamar Ball now. That's why you got to be careful with guys like Lamar Ball. And there's nothing he can do to lose his standing as Turner TV's center station analyst. So, and I remember that too. They don't have the video of that where After this happened, he went in front of everybody and apologized. Now remember, this is 2010. This was 8 years after this monstrosity. So yeah. But men never get this kind of heat for being mad. Well, she's just, but she did it to good husbands though. Jada did this to good husbands. Yeah, the guy who, the dark skinned one, yes. I think the dark skinned one was Daddy Mac. But yeah, dude, she raped him when he was younger. She raped him. All right, she's obviously a lot older than him, and she seduced him and just basically raped. And he became a drug addict and died some years back, man. And I am positive that experience had a lot to do with it, bro. That had a lot to do with it. So, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm back and I wonder if Jada probably, I don't know, man. But Jada, listen, anyone who sits like, I don't want to show you. You've seen the picture when Will was crossing his legs and Jada was spread eagle, and when it was disgusting. So she does have a little bit of no, actually she admitted that she's a sexual addict and that she's been with men and women. So she's admitted all of this. So yeah, man, she admitted this. But yeah, man, Chawls Barkley, again, they're just gonna keep putting him on TV to say stupid shit and find some way to disparage black people. Again, you don't see him attacking whites specifically. All right, he doesn't, or any other group specifically, but with us, for some reason, people are giving him the go ahead and say, yeah, listen, I'm black, I can tell the brother, nah, you can't. What you just said, again, what he said was inaccurate. It was inaccurate. In our politics, in our social life, we're the most accepting people on the planet. Even if we disagree with the lifestyle. So he is a piece of trash, bro. He really, again, he's gonna go down as one of the greatest that's ever done it. But again, they push these guys out there, and someone had said, well, he may be getting paid to do this. Well, if he's getting paid to do this, right? If he is in fact getting paid to do this, then can we stop talking about getting the bag? Can we stop doing that? If he's getting paid to do this, and he's getting paid, and he's they're making him do it. Understand who this man is and how much money he has and how much of a legacy he has. And you still got to get paid to say stupid shit? So yeah, man, enough with this, bro. I mean, this guy's a goofball, and just you again, if you're so willing to do this, I can't, bro. I can't do, and I never couldn't wear lipstick, high heel. I can't do that, man. This guy's like whatever, and it's just you gotta wonder at this point. And if he is, then again. It was just 14 years ago. I think he's 59 now, so he did this back when he was 45. I mean, and
what is this? Hey, yo! What?
Coming through. And yeah, this is going to be the format from here on in. And there's going to be more stuff I'll be adding as well. And yeah, man, shout out to everybody that stepped through, man. And I just wanted to make this short. Yeah, man. And if I don't speak to you, have a good day off. All right. I did see this meme for, I don't want to show it, but it's a meme about chitlins. And if you see this meme and if you still eating chitlins, I mean, that's all I got to say. I may talk about it before I leave, but yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Big up on yourself, man. And I'm out of here. Peace.